Hey, what's up, family? This is FrankieBabyFantastic. Welcome to the FrankieBabyFantastic Show. My show examines the various ways that entertainment organizations operate and generate profit from operations while analyzing traditional emerging business models in multiple segments of the industry. I will also be discussing opportunities based on current and evolving business models and a whole lot of motivational shut. Subscribe now and get a new weekly episode and exclusive videos on branding, rebranding, marketing, innovation, animation, entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs, motivation, and business leadership. To stay up to date, hit the bell icon for alerts when I go live.
We'll never ever make the rules if we don't own nothing.
You want more? Hang out with the social communities using the links below. It's your girl, FrankieBabyFantastic. I hope to see you there.
From my experience, it's just, I just much rather just do business. Like, I don't want to even be, when someone may interview me or something like that, or like, I don't want them to say, okay, Sounds of Jersey is a black-owned business. Like, I know that I'm black, but why do I don't need to announce that I'm a black-owned business. I just want to be the best DJ service business in your market.
Right.
That's the goal.
Okay.
Not necessarily because I'm black. The goal is to just do business.
I totally agree. I totally agree with you.
And you make more money.
I totally agree with you. Well, no, and I cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is true. But unfortunately, that's not how life works. You get more money too by claiming certain things. Now, I'll give you an example. I know a lot of people who get different, the SBA or the business association. They even have these questions in there, like nationalities and things like that. And they say black because they already know that it's uneven with money in these type of communities. So that's just even what the white people that say. You understand? You get certain grants. That's just what it is. I didn't set that shit up. That's the way it is. And why do you think a Caucasian set up business have to have certain minorities on their job? You feel me? Why do you think? Because this is a system that they set up. I didn't create that matrix. But my point is, I know by saying that, even white people give tax write-off. It looks better for them to donate for these causes because these things exist. And on their form, they look like a better holistic company because they've done so. Now, if they can use those terms and those gateways to benefit their company, why can't we? And I'm just as dope as anyone. I don't use nothing as a crutch. But if we're talking business, then that's a great business move. You feel me? You write those proposals based on that. People do that all the time. You dig?
Yeah.
So, but never as a crutch. Never like that. Like, oh, I'm black. No. And in fact, I'm happy. Let me just elaborate on that. One more second. Do you know? Let me stop banging on that. I hate when people do that because they use it in a wrong way too. Meaning they'll say some shit in school like the first woman to fly across the world versus the first woman to have pilot license. See, that's flimsy right there. Because the first woman to fly across the world, the first woman to have pilot license, two different women, right? But no, same women. The first woman to have pilot license and the first one to fly across the world. One of the situations is she wasn't allowed to do that shit. She went to France to get her license. You talking about the black chick? I'll edit the name in here and probably put the picture right down here. But then you talk about the white lady who flew across the world. They even found her. They say she flew. They did something. Amelia, that's the white lady. See how you know that one?
Well, that's because she's promoted more.
Betty.
More marketable.
Right, hold on. No, not marketable. That's the wrong. I don't think.
No. That's what I mean. She marketed more, not more.
Okay, and that's purposeful.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. So.
But saying that back to the point of me saying how that could be tricky when you say the first black business. I think Betty, the black lady, she was before her, if I'm not mistaken. But secondly, you also have to factor in that she wasn't even allowed. She went overseas and she was doing trips, flips, jumping out of planes, doing shit like that overseas as a show. You feel me? And the white lady is the one they gave her the license. But this black lady would have been doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So in that sense, when you say, the first black, it kind of takes the shine off that she was the first one, period. First lady. How about that? You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I'm totally agree with you how about you just want to be that? But we didn't set this matrix up, bro.
Right. And even in that scenario, like I said, like if her story wasn't passed along or shown, then how are we supposed to know that she was the first or she was the best or whatever? But Amelia Earhart, what happened was, because it was the tragedy behind it, they couldn't find her, and they still haven't found any definite proof of her disappearance. It was told, the story was told more. So that's how I knew about her versus, because of the mystery.
Right.
I learned about her first time on Unsolved Mysteries. Watching Unsolved
Mysteries. Wow.
You know what I mean? And that was a really good.
Still looking for her.
Yeah, still, I love those kind of things. So it had nothing to do with white, black, whatever.
Right.
Like woman, that mystery was.
I feel you.
That was.
I feel you, but they say that when they say the black lady Betty. I got it. My other phone is kind of messed up, but Betty. Forget her name, but they say the first black.
That proves it right there. You forget her name.
No, yeah, I do.
The average person would.
Right, of course, because she's not promoted. But my point is, we're gonna hear about it soon because it's Black History Month.
Right. Well, we just can't remember her name now.
But I'm just saying that just the mere fact that they said the first black kind of takes the shine off the fact that she did a lot. She's the first to do a lot. Lady, woman in aviation. Period.
Right.
Not black, but first. But let's take some time and give a little shout out to some of these businesses.
It was really exciting when we came up with that name, Dominick Michael, because it was done like at least now 13 years ago, where the idea developed. And my daughter at the time, she was younger. She wasn't modeling or anything like that. We didn't even know that was the direction she was going to take. But then she wound up, started modeling and doing hair and makeup. So she came to me and was like, I want to have a high-end brand that complement her doing modeling and hair and makeup. So I thought it was a good idea. I knew she had a good head on her shoulder. I could trust her. You know what I mean? I knew her. I didn't have to vet her or anything. So I said, yeah, let's do it. So we came up with, that's when the name came back into the picture like 13 years later, where it was like, wait a minute, I had this idea before. This was the name that I wanted to use. I think it still works. So picked the name, Dominick Michael, added the collection, because it's a collection of different things. And I'm proud of the brand. I love wearing it. And I think I look good in it. You know what I mean? The colors are right. Isn't this kind of quality?
Yeah. It looks good. Cheap. Yeah, I like that little black little thing trim. The trim on it. Yeah, that is nice.
Got the trim
quality. Yeah. That's little subtle things that matter when you're doing stuff, man.
With fashion,
for real,
especially with fashion. So just pay attention to that kind of stuff.
And I mean with everything, with business as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's more than just your transaction. I like when I come home and see a little thank you for the business, or when you're doing business with someone, you send them an email or something, whatever. It's personal.
Let me ask you, nice. do you write thank you notes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In fact, I do more than thank you notes. Mm-hmm. I do more. I actually give free things. Here's your coupon for your next thing. You use it whenever you want. And when I say coupon, like I said, a lot of people doing videos now. Most of my lowest ticket price is probably like $150. All right, my lowest ticket with film. We're dealing with video. We're dealing with a lot of video now because video hold more content and metadata than photo. So a lot of people got cameras and they're promoting their stuff a lot. But sometimes they don't know how to edit up, or they don't have time to do that. So just send me something, and $150 ticket can turn into $50, or can turn into $25, depending on how much footage you got. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So I do little incentive things too. I mean, it's a business for me too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But still, and it also encourages them to keep on, marketing and doing their thing.
Right.
You feel me? I like the Dominick collection, man. That's dope.
Yeah, I like the name. At first, I didn't like the name because his mother gave my son his name, or decided on the name. It was Dominick, and I'm like, man, it sounds like the Italian or white boy. Dominick. I was like, no.
Right.
And as he started getting older and developing into a young man, like, he's always been really humbled and just a quality person. And I love that about him.
Right.
And so I had to use that name. the Dominick, and then we added the Michael with the apostrophe over the A to make it sound or look Frenchy or international. So that was just the marketing.
Right, I like it, and it looks classy. It looks clean. I like the font that you chose. I mean, just the name too. Right. I like the font that you chose. Right. It really looks tasteful. You know what I mean? Right. It looks classy. Right. I hate when people come with all that gaudy stuff. They try to bust on the scene, like, you know what I mean? It's too much. It's too noisy for me. Right. But I like that.
And I think this will last. Yeah. I think you know what I mean? Like, there's certain names that just last. Right. And that's what we were going for. When we started the company itself, my daughter and I, then, my son wanted to learn up underneath us because my daughter have a set group of talented of stuff that she do. And I'm still old school with a lot of stuff that I know as far as that. Like, I'm analog, she's digital. Right. Because I'm older. So it's like a lot of times I'm like, okay, Nala, we have to do this for the brand. This is how we're going to grow it. This is how we're going to... And she wants to go in her new age. Right. You know what I mean? Marketing. We gotta do TikToks. We gotta do
right. Absolutely. Yes.
And I'm like, that's cool. However, we also have to take care of the business. We gotta make sure that when we go somewhere and go out to dinner, we know how to keep the receipt so we can write it off.
That's the important part.
Right. It's like, so you need both.
You definitely need both.
Have a business nowadays. So somebody that can handle the social media aspect, the entertainment value of it. And then somebody who's working the back end that's handling, talking to the right people. Right. So, which I think is important.
I'm not putting my hat in the ring, but those are things that I do. Trust me, I'm over the book right now, so I'm not putting my hat in the ring. But those are things that I do. And do you know that those are things that even A-listers, like I went to the Dodgers game, they got a whole damn it's like a cafeteria with nothing but people like me and content creators that works for them, independent. Because there was a time in the industry where you had to pay this old white guy, and that's really what it was, who had the lock on marketing and content and commercials and things like that. They had the lock on it. But now it's so open and vast. It saved them money. Tide saves money by using content creators, or now they're using what you call influencers to just like partner with and share. Here's a note. So hold up, back to that. So that's good that she does that, but you can outsource that and from that stuff. And how you can cut that price is you just send that person. That's what I have people do for me. They just send me their content. You feel me? And what that does is that cheapens it for them because I ain't got to be there filming it. You can do it yourself, and then you send it to me, and that's when I edit it. You know what I'm saying? That's a cheaper ticket. So, and you of course got to work with them and give them know your brand and stuff, what you're doing. But there's things on the time of day, the best time of day to post. Like there's whole setups that people do strictly for that. A little treat for all the content creators out there. Everybody should be creating content. I'm gonna tell you that too. Everybody. That's good that she want to do that, because when that name busts big, right? What happens is that's why what's her name? Kim, the Kardashian girl, not Kim, their sister. She owns this one billboard in Hollywood. I forgot the name of the street. Oh, Sunset and Highland, I think that is. She owns this billboard. Now all the people use her as a marketeer. They market their products. But what Walmart has done, Amazon does it too. But everybody's going to start doing this shit. Pay attention. They now reach out, have affiliate programs where they're using people like your daughter get a following and stuff like that. She can now market. That's more revenue for your company. You understand? Right. Even if she's going live and have it right here. Well, I'm about to use this tie because we also write products into the script. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So even in movies, they do that. In movies, they be like, okay, well, did you get the tie off the counter? That shit was wrote in. You understand what I'm saying? In that movie. So what I'm trying to say is because of this technology, because of media, because of platforms, and because people are influencers and they have different followings now, the industry leaders are getting smart by utilizing those people and having them use their platform as a little deal. You understand what I'm saying? With those individuals. Gotcha. Which is awesome. Right. If you're in that field. So create. Doesn't matter. You feel me?
Absolutely. No, I completely agree. The 3 C's create again. So I get it. I just enjoy doing business. I love business. Yeah. Like it feels good. I enjoy talking and meeting new people, especially strangers. Like, you grow up and your parents always tell you, stay away from strangers, stranger danger and all that stuff. But I realize in business, everything that I've received or gotten is because I went out where I didn't know anybody and just started talking and asking questions. Right. And that's how a business started, or a business partnership started, whatever. And it came from strangers. Even with this brand is concerned, when I made a clutch, my daughter and I created a clutch, and I didn't know about a little something shiny should be hanging out from it. The bag that it comes in, and I'm forgetting the name right now, dust bag. The dust bag should be customized, and put the wallet or whatever we create, handbook, pocketbook, whatever, the dust bag. I didn't realize that made the product more valuable. Just the dust bag. But I didn't learn that in like where I live at, in that home state. It came from being out on the road, talking to different people, and just so I happened to come across a guy who did marketing, the display marketing for it's a high-end store, Kate Spade. So, he puts together what pocketbook goes with what pocketbook and where. And so he was telling me about the dust bag, how it makes a product more profitable. Right. But it's just that one little thing where I'm like, damn, like nobody told me up here in this market, you got to talk to people. And that's when the information comes. And
right.
Yeah, I stand by that.
That's what's up.
You talk to the same people over and over again. You don't get anywhere.
Right, but the more of the same information.
Yeah, you'll stay right there.
Well, yeah, you gotta definitely challenge yourself. But you saying that might make me think of, I went to that pizza place right over here in the corner, right? In the corner, right here. They've been there for years. Seems to come out right there. And they had the stuff, and they had this little plastic, little paper plate on top. And it's like, they've been doing that since I was in school. The paper plate can't even hold that. Like, the paper plate is so flimsy. Food is good. But the little things, they make me feel like, man, y'all ain't upgraded this yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the little things that matter. And I don't know how I got back to that. But you were saying you was talking to that guy, and you would have never known that. But maybe they need to talk to somebody. Whoever they've been talking to, they've been doing the same thing. They need to know. What I'm trying to say, you need to grow more. Even if you're in your business, you can still always grow in that business. You know what I'm saying? After all these years, it's been 20-some years they've been there, and they're still using that. So sometimes we get complacent and get the routine. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good look that he said that. You probably could have been like, okay, well, let's just do the bag. But you privy to that information. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't stay stuck. And I'm just doing this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I was open to whatever it is that I needed to learn, because obviously he's been doing it longer than I have. I'm not even, I don't have that talent, but I do have the talent of, introduce myself to people and talking to different people about what they do. Right. And the more you learn, the more you hear, you can just, okay, what can I use bits and pieces from, or take this, take that, and apply it to what I'm doing. Right. So that's all it is for me.
Right, real talk.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give another sound bite real quick, and we're gonna, after this next topic, we're gonna talk about the city a little bit. All right. Let me see if I can find this thing. I really want to show them some more love. I gotta get me some soup from there tonight too.
Soup
from this place. Here, I got you. I'm showing you in a minute. Here it comes. This place right here is called Scotch Bonnet. Scotch Bonnet Kitchen. So we still rolling? Yep, we still rolling. I'm gonna take a moment right now, y'all, and shout out Scotch Bonnets. Scotch Bonnets. I'll put something in there. I'll edit this up. Scotch Bonnets. This is the little magnetic thing you put on the refrigerator. Shout out to Scotch Bonnets. They got 2 locations, y'all, here in Trenton, New Jersey. Pennington Ave and Pennington Road, Lawrenceville, and Trenton, New Jersey. They have excellent food. Shout out to the mama who's doing that soup over there. fresh food. If you some of the items you have to order, call a pre-order. But that's, I know we rush. A lot of us rush sometimes, but you want that. You want made to order. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
You don't want no McDonald's and them burgers been sitting up. You know what I'm saying? You want made to order.
Right.
So shout out to Scott Spiner that's doing big things, man.
Big things.
Appreciate y'all in the community. Be sure to go and support. Okay? We need your support. That's the only way this works, y'all, if we support each other. Okay? Support each other. Because trust me, Burger King and Kentucky Fried Chicken don't need your money. These people need your money, okay? Alright, so we back to this. So listen, let me ask you, bro. What's happening, family? What's happening? We live.
She's going crazy. She's making me forget what I should be remembering.
Look, here it is.
It's like a commercial break here.
I got the number one entrepreneur on the scene here at my mom's house. And when I get back, he and I gonna be talking more and more. FrankieBabyFantastic show. And I'm gonna be, guess what I'm gonna be doing?
What's that?
Trenton entrepreneurs. I want to talk about it. Bring them on the show. Feel me? Hold them up.
Let's
showcase their stuff. All right.
Absolutely.
You can give us some tips. That'll be our thing. You feel me? You anchor. I'll anchor.
I'm ready.
Let's do it. There it is. See how that worked? That's what's up. Appreciate that. So man, yeah. So I understand. I know you travel and you do a lot. And this is my first time back and trying to do business here with people in Trenton. Not just do business with people in Trenton, talk business, be about the business, and motivate my people. And
but don't you want to go to the best place to get those people that would appreciate what you're trying to give them? It's like they don't appreciate. Why would somebody from your hometown appreciate what you had to give them? The only time they do that is when somebody else has recognized you from the outside, and then now everybody that's in your town wants to jump on and say how much they do you without, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it.
I feel you. I feel what you're saying. That's a shame. It's like that. It's a shame that it's like that.
So you already know about that feeling. And this is the first time. I've never. It was a cookie this big. No. I swear to God.
What?
I had a
It's kicking in. I know.
Yeah, but all this time? Why now? I had to do it like in the afternoon.
I saw you post some pictures on your page too.
The cookies.
Like, yeah. Who is you want to shout them out?
No, I don't. I just think that when doing business, you...
Yep, hold on. Go ahead. So, you were saying, Trenton and...
business. What was talking about? Yeah, we was talking about business.
Business.
Right?
Oh, you people don't respect you unless somebody else, not respect you, but they don't hold you up unless somebody else recognizes it or something like that. Appreciate what you bring.
Appreciate what you're bringing because they know you from school. They knew you from, you both was in the same class together. So just the thought of you guys growing up in the same direction and now you're here and they're still here.
All right, Mom. I'm gonna let you do it. Say bye, Mom.
Oh, bye, baby.
I'm trying to say bye to my camera.
Oh, they don't see you, Nick.
They don't see you, but you have your voice in it.
Okay.
All right, I see you.
I mean, there's a lot for them to think about, a lot for them to get angry about, and some people. I think when somebody gives you a real, genuine, hey, congratulations on what you have accomplished and done. Mm-hmm. Versus, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I see what you're doing. It's a whole totally different tone. They're trying to fake like they're really rocking with you, but you find out I just much rather just do business in a city that makes sense. That's going to pay the most money for my product or for my services. That's it. That's what business is about. Not, can I put this person on, that person on? Yes, you want to be able to give people jobs, but think about most of the people who started business and started giving their positions away to their cronies.
Right,
You know, the
right,
people
right,
that they grew up with and
Right.
stuff like that. So you realize then it 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work. You can't just
Business closed.
yeah. It's like, you know what I mean. You want to do good business with people that is there to give good business. It doesn't have to be black. It doesn't have to be in the city. It doesn't have to even serve the city that you grew up with. Maybe that town just doesn't have the money circulating to
Right.
support your business, which you have to take into consideration when
Right.
you are, going back to that city. If it doesn't make sense, I'm sorry, the money is just not there in that town.
Now, keep in mind, folks, we have not named one business. We're just saying, I think you're just saying in business, right? Business. Because nowadays people provide services, people do a number of different things. Personally, I agree with you. It is difficult and it's trying. But people have their mission and their purpose or whatever. I figure like this: as long as it's not hurting you or your business, you feel me? Drive on with your purpose. Drive on with your purpose. Because I'm a big believer in motivating and being an inspiration. Because if I had to just rely on my city, I wouldn't be doing nothing, and that's the honest God truth. But some people don't get to leave their city. You understand? Some people don't get to. I happen to have gone to the military and traveled around doing basketball early in my life and mixing and mingle with different people. But some people haven't, and that's where that resentment comes in. Some people don't want to support your stuff. Be like, oh yeah, I'll see you. And sometimes they just need a little motivation or a hug. You understand what I'm saying? And however that comes, for me, it comes by things like this, having this dialogue and showing that a person do recognize stuff. You can't hide fake. You can't hide behind fakeness so much. So when a person be, I see you versus a genuine, feelings are real. That's what he's saying. You can feel that. You can't fake but so much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just know a person recognizes that. And you know what? That's probably why people say, oh, he came from Trenton, Jay-Z. They say that. Well, he'll come back. People probably don't give back because the cats be, on one.
And which one is it? Did he grow up in Trenton or part of Trenton? I think he
hustled in Trenton. He hustled in East Trenton.
Okay.
And I don't know if that was a grow up. He was selling drugs.
That's just like if you was hustling and you went out to the Bronx. Just because you kept going out to the Bronx, that doesn't make it your hometown. And sometimes people can adopt a hometown. Like Phyllis Hyman, the best R&B singer, I think, in my lifetime, she adopted.
I see what you just did there, Jay-Z, and then Phyllis Hyman. He said, in my lifetime.
Yeah, well, you're just kidding.
In my lifetime, but go ahead.
Right. So she adopted Pittsburgh. No, she adopted Philly as her adopted town that she grew up with. But she grew up in Pittsburgh.
Oh, I never knew that. I never knew she was from.
So did Jay-Z grow up here? He only sold drugs here. Yeah. Oh, so he's supposed to give back to the town that he sold drugs. Yeah. And that was what everybody knew him for. You know what I mean?
Right.
After a while, like, why should he give back?
Right.
Well, no, because that can go either way. If he destroyed the town by selling drugs and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, maybe he should give back to kind of repair. But then, how do you do that?
Right. Well, this is. I can't speak for Jay, but this is where, because I'm thinking about this. And me as a person, I do love my city. I rep my city hard whether I'm in here or not. Mm-hmm. And I believe in this thing. Trenton makes the world takes. We used to have a lot of industrial businesses here in Trenton. Remember where they had that pink champagne came out of Trenton. You know what I'm saying?
But I've been hearing that since I was.
But hold on, stay with me, because it don't matter. Like, I'm just talking about my personal values and what means how I'm seeing this. Now, I don't live here. I don't plan on living here. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But most of my people are here. When I say people, I'm talking about my blood, my nieces, my nephews, their kids gonna be here. We already got, my grandmother was here. Some people that reside here that will reside here. Unfortunately, everybody don't make it out. But if there's anything that I can do without compromising who I am or the person I am. If I have the wherewithal, have something to help, or even to the mere minimum of being an influence. So another child can see, oh, she did this or he did this, he made it up out of here or whatever, and they still love their city. You feel me? They can too get it, because you only inspire to be what you see. You understand? If you never go nowhere, you never see nothing, then in that community is what you're going to see. So that's why people want to be drug dealers, because that's all they ever see in the community sometimes. Or unless you really got it bad, some people want to be drug dealers because they need to eat. No diss to the drug dealers, trust me. No slight. Because trust me, we all hustle, but I call those leadership traits, honey. And we can also, those are leadership traits. So, you're an entrepreneur if you ever sold drugs.
All right, so let me ask you a question, because it's something I was just thinking about. Because you're saying, like, when you're in the city and you don't have a choice, and this is where you grew up, you know, when people say that.
Some people feel that way.
And that's fine. I have no problem with that. But then what do someone like myself that grew up in the suburbs? The street that I was on, we didn't see the police riding up and down the street. It just didn't happen. We didn't have any crime there. We couldn't tell you anything bad that it was around our blocks. Like, our blocks were safe. We didn't have to worry about drive-bys. We didn't have that kind of crime that most in the city has. So if I didn't see that growing up, should I feel bad because I didn't see or feel that, you know, growing up? I didn't have that experience. I didn't know, like, we had ice cream, my brother and I, every night at 8:30, we would go into the kitchen to get us a bowl of ice cream. We did that for years till we left the house. Every night at 8:30, we had to have ice cream. Mm-hmm. So, what the fuck was I saying?
You were saying, should you feel bad? Because
so that's what I grew up with. Where some families, you know, they was like, oh, us, shit, we didn't have ice cream. Mm-hmm. Hell, we didn't even have dinner. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get that part, but what about the people that didn't live that? Like, all we know is like just business.
But what about them? What about the people? What I'm saying, I'm not understanding your question. What you?
I think I lost.
Them damn cookies.
I forgot. Like, it's like I'm losing sometimes. Like one small block.
It's all good. Just ride the wave, man.
But what? It's no wave. I'm trying to remember. Like, it was a block here. Now it like skipped here. And now it's here. And I'm up here looking like, wait a minute. Like,
so let me try to bring you back. Are you saying that because of people because I said people who can't leave the city. Some people haven't left the city. And keep in mind, I'm not saying city versus suburbs. I'm just saying their environment. Because there's some people who lived and grew up in the suburbs, and all they know is I go to work and come there. I'm the only one on my job, and I own this house. There's people like that in suburbs, and they just become miserable, just like that. Well, not miserable, but they keep content. There you go.
My parents are that type of person.
Right. My parents were like that.
Went to work. My mom came home.
Well, my dad, they did have aspirations of doing. My dad used to bring the temp spinners or something like that. War Memorial do shows, but kids change your life. You understand what I'm saying? So
no, I get it. Like, yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but now you made me forget.
All right, so I said content. They become content. So you said they become content. I was saying that. People become content in their jobs. I'm not talking about, I was talking about leaving their environment, not necessarily city versus suburbs, is what I was saying.
Oh, okay. And I think that's how I got on, my parents. Right. Like, coming home at the same time every single day. My parents didn't go to clubs, they didn't go to bars, they were home, period. And that's, their goal was safe family life so I can raise a family, and they go. Right. Where in some communities, it's not about that. Like, they've seen the roughest of the rough, killings and living in some really messed up environments where they're not respected. They're not by anybody, not just one person, or not just the police, but the police and the city council people and their neighbors. Like, everybody hates everybody. Right.
It's their family. It's like that.
It's nuts. But some of us didn't grow up like that.
So
Yes,
you're right. Everybody have a different walk of life, and I'm gonna just say this then, because I'm just saying back to the inspiration thing. I just think that wherever you are, whoever you are, whatever your situation may be, that doesn't define who you are, because there's so much more. And what I'm trying to say is, sometimes it takes a spark or somebody you see in somebody do something. Like, I never, things you never thought, things you didn't learn in school. You had to have developed an interest in these things yourself, and then you found an entrepreneur, somebody who was doing something you like. You understand what I'm saying? To learn certain things. What I'm just trying to say, just try to uncover the soot and find out. I don't know if we switch topics or what.
Did you
I don't know.
Did you have
I didn't have a cookie.
Sure. You had to have.
I didn't have a cookie. There's plenty of people out there to inspire you guys. I'm just saying, what I like to do is just be an inspiration. Period. Rather it be for whatever reason. That's just in my DNA.
See, I think I'm gonna inspire more people once I'm gone. And I know that's like
that's sad.
But I mean,
because you're an inspiration right now. No, you're an inspiration to people. I wouldn't be talking to you if you wasn't.
And I appreciate that, but I don't get that the majority of the day from people that I know.
Well, you know what? Shame on you.
They'll
shame
say it at
on
my
you.
funeral. They'll probably say it. I would think, because again, I think the one thing I want to be remembered by, legacy-wise, which coincides with business, because you got to think about it after a while, is I wanted to really inspire someone to not be in a box. Because for me, it was music, fashion, soil, liquor, lighting, modeling, like so many different things I had my hands on. The latest thing is a security company. But I'm like, how does one person, have that many talents and find businesses and create businesses around those gifts? And I think it's a gift and a curse. Short story. My mother was 20 years old when she had me addicted to heroin. When I was born, I was addicted to heroin. So it's... What the fuck did I tell that story for?
It's all good. Flow. Let it flow. But you were saying, prior to that, you were saying it's a gift and a curse.
Right, okay, yeah. So she was addicted to heroin.
See, I'm a professional.
Right. Yeah. So I was addicted, right? So,
them damn cookies. This is funny.
Nah, I ain't know it. Now, see, if I had known that we was going to do this.
It's all good. It's all good. It was impromptu. So this is our very, very, very first entrepreneur show, y'all. And that's what I want to showcase. People like this guy, because he said he going to inspire when he's dead and gone. He's been an inspiration ever since I've known him. You feel me? He wrote a book. He's done plenty of things. You can check that show. We did a show. You can cover some of those things if you want. But this guy has been an inspiration. And this is why I want to do this. Because there's so many people doing stuff. And you guys, some of you guys are so up in your own heads. You have so much ego or so much resentment or disdain or envy that it turns you numb and it's really bad. We need to showcase people. Hope nobody can smell the roses, y'all. For real. Because this is who your kids look up and see things like this. He provides places where your kids can get a job. You might want to support people who are doing things and providing stuff in anywhere in the world. Not just your city, in the world. But I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Right, and you do. You want to give. It gets to the point where it's funny because it happens like this in our neighborhood.
Let me take this moment to shout out the melanated mommy. Her t-shirt, God's gift. Want to shout you out. Thank you, sister. The quality is nice. I actually got a sweater too. Let me grab that for her. But this is how I create my own content and help and showcase my people. See what I did there? See what I did there? Kill two birds with one stone. Show you how I can do what I can do. Show you what I do, and showcase somebody else. It's a win-win. Shout out to Melanated Mommy. So this here, her thing is a God's gift, and I think she takes the phonetic spelling. I think that's her little way she do her thing, the phonetic spelling. But here's the thing: the reason I'm showcasing her because she has a few of them, right? It's just totally inspiration for me for what I'm trying to do here. She's like, I want to do more shirts. I want to do this. What would you say to people like that? Because she doesn't have like printouts. She's just starting up. You understand what I'm saying? But by seeing herself or seeing her product, sometimes that'll motivate somebody to do something. You understand what I'm saying? To do more. That's all I'm saying. She probably feel like nobody care about these shirts. Well, I'm wearing it and I'm representing. What would you tell somebody who, like, can you remember your first time, your first tee you sold? Can you remember? Can put yourself back into that position where you knew nothing about selling it. You knew nothing. And who was going to wear it? You didn't know anything. What would you tell that person?
The first time even dealing with sales was through a car dealership. And that's when I was really young. I'm talking about like right after high school. But I knew I had to sell cars because I wanted to learn sales. But what would I tell somebody who is it would have to be what I learned when I first got into it versus when I learned how to sell. What I would tell them is, or find out what works. And this is what I found out works. When the sales manager to the car dealership pulled me to the side and explained marketing. And he said, marketing is not truth telling. Marketing is storytelling. As long as it's authentic, genuine, and people can have something to latch on to, that's what you give them. You don't necessarily have to give them the truth. That's why I don't believe most of, like in the entertainment news, if somebody gets divorced, like people in LA and in that world, they do that shit just for publicity. Somebody was talking about another new artist and they put out a song and they did some kind of really big marketing tour just for that one song. You gotta remember, now people can get songs for free. They don't have to pay for it. They just pay for the streaming service,
Right.
And they hear your song. They go on YouTube and get it for free.
Right.
Like, again, what the hell did I say that for?
No, you were saying about the sales.
Jesus.
So you was telling these people, these new.
Oh, the new people, right. So if you know that marketing is not truth telling, it's storytelling. So if you know that, and then you get to the point where you're giving people general information, and that general information is, okay, this is what my sales manager in the car dealership told me. He was like, first of all, you can never sell a car in the parking lot. Even though they're coming in to buy cars, you can't sell them in the parking lot. Bring them into the office, get their information. So now you have them on your books. You can contact them anytime.
Right.
And then also, now you want to gather information. Finance, do they want to lease? What color? 4-door, 2-door? What are the safety features? So you can gather all that information, grab the key, that you're just going to show them 1 or 2 cars, and that's what you focus on. The second thing that I learned, it was so funny because the sales manager would tell everybody who came into the parking lot. The guy like, yeah, I like that pickup over there. Yeah, you know what? My brother has a pickup just like that, and it runs forever. You can't kill it, and you can get so many different. And every single person that will come in and be like, yeah, I like that Ford over there. You know what? My sister has a Ford, and it lasts forever. And he just kept telling the same story over and over and over again. That's marketing. Everybody uses it. Wrestlers use it, where they get into a character, and if the character is growing and working, you'll see them in the same outfit, walking down the aisle to the same music over and over. Everything's repetition, and doing 10 times as much as the average person after they stop.
Right.
That's what
You keep going.
Right, absolutely.
So that I was about to get into it too. Hold on a second. So he was talking about us telling a story and marketing and things like that. So keep in mind, and he was absolutely correct. Excuse me. Tag is a bubble in my throat. Oh my God, I couldn't. I can't even get it out. It's definitely telling you a story, and you're right. The story I used to pick up, do that with women. Be like, that shirt you got on is nice, but that red shirt is nice, but really blue is your color. If my sister got a blue shirt like that, and it brings out your aura, I bet you she'll go buy a blue shirt. You know what I mean? Right. That's how that go. But it's also telling a story, and when he said you can't sell a car in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? So really it's about relationships, y'all. Getting those relationships, and that's really what sells. I always tell people how I make a living is my story. It's really not what I do. There's a lot of people, I can throw a stone and find editors where I live at. It's all over the town. But I don't have a shortage of clients. You know why? Because it's the story of why I do what I do and how and for what reason. And those people come back because of that. You feel what I'm saying? And the same reason you buy Nike, or the same reason you do whatever you always buy. Think about it. It's something that you bought into the story of that product.
True.
So.
Absolutely.
Good shit. This is not going to be in it because we know we're recording. So I'm not going to put that in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying so you know. Unless you wanted to talk about that.
That's just a flare of the moment type of thing. I don't have anything to hide with that.
Okay.
I mean, unless somebody try to take the idea and do it before me.
Nigga, you know, we in Trenton, that's what they will do.
And use the name too. And then try to extort me. Have me pay rent on that name.
Right. This is Trenton, I'm telling you, man. I mean, come on. It's sad that it's like that, but unfortunately it is.
Yeah, but people in Philly saying that about Philly, and then people in New
every
York
city,
the Bronx are saying, in Brooklyn, whatever.
Exactly. So that brings me back to what I said. I'm not sure if I said this on camera. But that brings me back to my initial point when I said that it's not just our city. It becomes people who become envious, and that turns into hate because they don't know how to do what you do, or they don't see the greatness in themselves. So some people that want to, they instead of supporting you, they envious of you. They don't do nothing, and that's really not they hate you or they're envious of you or mad at you. They're really mad at themselves. You feel me? But it comes out or not so. No, I don't want to. They don't even want to see you on Facebook. They don't even want to see your product. This nigga, he go again promoting something.
And the more they do see it, the more they get mad.
Right.
Matter.
Right. So I ask yourself. What are you mad at? Why are y'all mad? Why do people get mad? I can speak for myself personally. I used to get upset back in the day when I played sports. And I was like, my dad used to be like, oh, such and such go, you better be ready for such and such come the game. You better be ready for Nicole Harrison come the game. Cause she might shake and bake you. Shout out to Nicole Harrison. She might shake and bake you.
I remember her. She was tall, right?
Yeah. And I used to be upset. Like, what? I'm dope. You don't know I'm dope? But my dad used to do that to motivate me. You feel me? I'm I'm gonna play sports. But I used to be like, man, forget this. I'm going outside and I play ball. But like, when that game come, I'm telling you, I'm breaking out her ankles. Sure enough. That's where that anger came from. That's your shadow work, y'all. You gotta realize, well, I'm angry. I'm angry because I know I'm dope. So I gotta show and prove. So where now we take that, now people watch you, man, you know you got an idea, but you pissed. So show and prove. If you cannot do it, then let's do something together. Like, just channel that energy. It could be so much greater by doing something. You feel me? Positive with that energy, bro.
You would think that works.
I'm telling you, he has no hope for y'all, yo. He has no hope
because I try to look on the brighter side of things, on one hand, and then on the other hand, I see reality.
Right.
So I mean, somebody mentioned, I think it was talking about the killing of the latest black kid by the 5 black officers.
Right. Tyree.
Right. Where was I going with this? What was I talking
You were
about
saying it's a
beforehand?
shame. I said you don't have no hope for the black for the.
Oh, right. So you see stuff like that, and you're like, man. First, it's like the cops that are like against us, just us, and then everybody else is mad because they see the reality of it. It's like the cops against us, but then turn around and you have people that are constantly killing each other purposely, and these be kids. Chicago, Jacksonville, Florida, in the UK, it doesn't matter. Like, it's worldwide. Like, they really want to destroy your own city, killing back and forth. So on one hand, it's like you see, or you keep the possibilities, but then the other side, you see the real stuff that happens, like on a day-to-day basis. Like,
Well, I mean that's kind of the balance though, right? So I'm not saying so. This is how I view life. Everybody ain't gonna get free. That's just the bottom line. And shout out to Billy Carson. Okay, Billy Carson. If you're not following Billy Carson, stop what you're doing. Stop and follow right now. And look, they ain't even my channel. I don't get nothing for saying that. But Billy Carson, subscribe to this brother. He really deals on a high frequency. He expresses that. He invokes that. I follow him hard. So if there's anything you see glowing within me, I'm probably getting something from following that brother as well. But back to what you're saying. That balance of negativity, and you still got that. Some people are dealing in their lowest frequency, and we got to consider the sound, the music we're listening to. That data's been stripped of frequency. The natural earth tone that's in this earth used to be in music. Bob Marley used it. That's why his music healed the world. So let's just finish. Let's just put it in perspective that we got the music, the food, the shit that we see on TV. It's enough to keep us at dealing our lowest frequency. So everybody ain't gonna meditate and get free. Everybody, that's that work you gotta do. So those are the people that I'm not really, I'm not trying to lose myself trying to save nobody. I'm just being an example. And if they latch on, they latch on, because what happens is when you raise your frequency, you start seeing other things. Just like we only see a certain spectrum of light. You feel me? Because we're human. But certain meditative states, you could probably see more. I don't know, but I know what happens for me. But I'm just telling you that when you raise your frequency, you're able to like that channel when the dial, when you're looking for your station. When you tuning into a certain frequency, the rest of that shit is tuned out. And that's where I'm at in my life right now. So some of those people, I just have to raise their frequency, and that's their work they have to do. So I'm not really talking about those people per se, when, you know what I'm saying? Because that, you know, that's and even dealing with the guy of the guy, rest in peace to that brother. But sometimes people get locked in that banter as well, because the black and the white and the cops and we killing each other. I don't really get locked on to that too tough. I used to be a new Black Panther. Check me, one of the first women in the new Black Panther chapter here in Trenton. So if there's anybody who had boots on ground, I've always had my boots on ground out here. But my point is, what I realized is this whole world is big, and if you are not raised to a certain frequency, you will stay at that on that channel. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's, you know, I'm not really talking about people that's not on this channel. I'm just saying for some of those people who really want to get out and do something, they just need, because they're in that frequency too. They're fighting against that shit too. So I try to give them a little something. You understand what I'm saying? That's all. That's all.
That's it.
Shout out to Mama Lula Season. In fact, this program has been brought to you by Mama Lula Seasoning. Mama Lula's Creole Seasoning. Aren't you tired of Laurie's? We've been giving Laurie's the money all these years. Aren't you tired of, who else we got? I don't know. But Mama Lula's. This has been sponsored by Mama Lula's Creole Seasoning. Go get you some.
Right. Gallery X and Gallery X number 2. Both are in West Palm Beach, Florida. The Palm Beach outlet is where Gallery X is at, and Wellington on the Green Mall, that's where Gallery X2 is at. And I'm really proud of this because not only do we get to sell great art pieces, and we get to bring in, like, we'll close the doors to everybody else, and we'll invite some people in. And the people we invite in is people that want to music. Mostly creatives from different backgrounds, photographers, models, rappers, singers, producers, like whoever is in the creative space, that's who we invite in, and that's who we want to target. We'll bring in producers, all those creatives, and let's say producer wanted to play his music and get some rappers to rap over it. So we'll play his music and we'll put, what are the square boxes that you scan?
Oh, the QR codes.
The QR codes. We'll put the QR codes by each different painting for one song here, and the people that come there, like let's say you're a rapper and you want to use that beat, you'll go up and you'll scan that QR code. So now we're inviting creatives to take a look at art. We're playing our music for my company, Sounds of Jersey. The Dominick brand has upscale signature candles. We'll burn that so they get to smell that, buy those products. And so, in other words, we just incorporated all of our other businesses into one, and we get those people come in because they've never had where they'll listen to beats in the art gallery before. So now they're being introduced to new art, new things, and not just see themselves as just a rapper or just a producer or a beat maker or a singer or whoever. Excuse me. So that was the whole goal of doing that, and we've done it very, very well. My daughter will come in since she's a model and she'll host the event, and so now she gets to talk to people that need makeup done as far as with the artists. So you see how it all intertwines, right. And I like that about Gallery X and Gallery X2. We're there to make money, of course, sell paintings that's going to tell a story in your home, your business. That's all the paintings are, storytellers.
Y'all heard of Gallery X, so be sure to support. Are you online with that? Can they purchase online too if they're not in Florida?
You can. I take that back. And the reason why I have to take it back is because you don't, if you put art online for them to see what they're getting, then there's no reason for them to come in.
Right.
To the gallery.
So that's what it is. You want them to come in.
Yeah, we want them to come in. Now we'll have, our basic information online, but not showing any of the paintings and stuff like that. You want them to come in, feel the canvas, know what the canvas like. You can interchange the frames. You can change the frame out. If you don't have all the money, you can finance it. We give you that option as well. So I mean, it's a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun. It's a whole different space than I'm not used to. But being an owner, you gotta spend the money.
Right. So listen, guys. It sounds like it is definitely an experience. Okay. You're talking about art and sound and smelling of beautiful Dominick Michàel candles. That's something you want to experience. That's what he's bringing to you. So if you're there, please be sure and support the brother. But you know what I want to do? I would like to coordinate with somebody, a business, somewhere, a restaurant, somebody, because that's what I did when I did Meet the Beats. Meet the Beats used to be a production showcasing producers here in Trenton, and it was on a Wednesday night. The club didn't have anything going, and I really just had to pay security. That was something he told me never to say, and now I could let it out the bag. I wasn't renting a spot. He loved the event so much that all I paid was security, and the security worked at that time for every 50 people. You need one security guy. I'm not sure if it's still like that.
Yes,
it is. Okay, so all I had to do was security, is balance out my people. So I ended up having like 6 securities on the worst night. I ended up having the least crowded night. I had 4 security. So that was beautiful for me. So I'm looking to do something like that again with Jew Black 2, not Meet the Beats. I'm looking to showcase something that way it benefits the venue, that owner or whatever. It could be something, nothing like we could sell it on Eventbrite, you know what I'm saying? It could be exclusive. Just bring an event. I would love to do business, like we can all get together and talk about this. You bring in the music, you feel what I'm saying? That way when we come to ticket sales, we can eat off a little bit. It ain't trying to get rich. This is something I want to do, and I want to do business with my people. You feel me? So I'm putting that out there. Please hit me up and hit him up. Hit Xavier J Pal. I'm telling you, that name is like hit you like pow, don't it?
The pal. Yeah, it's definitely the pal. But yes, you want to make sure that you do that. You want to tune in, get the information that you need, that you have to have in your life, that will help you save money, save time, effort, all that good stuff. So make sure that you get that information. But you only get it here.
That's right. That's right. Hey, listen, y'all. I love the fact. Thank y'all for hanging out. He and I, this is our first time doing this together. And guess what? We're going to continue to do it. We're going to work out the days that we're going to do it. I'm going to be away, but he's, like I said, he's a guru, he's an entrepreneur guy of in many different fields, many different industries. Okay, so I think you guys will learn a lot from me having him. Like, he's part of co-host on this show. Well, I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I like people, I don't know everything, and I like to have people who have experience, more experience than me in this business world, and he's the guy that I can touch, and he can bring some value to you. You feel me? So thanks for hanging out with your girl, FrankieBabyFantastic, me and my homie. Next time you see us, we'll be in 2 different states, though. Okay?
That's right.
All right.
Make sure you tune in.
Doses.
It's Frankie Baby Fantastic. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Frankie Baby Fantastic. Be sure to subscribe to my website, Frankie Baby Fantastic. I'm giving away things, man. I'm telling you, you stand a chance to winning media vouchers, things that help your business, things that help market and promote your business. So be sure to take advantage of this opportunity and follow me now. It's just a simple click of the button. Subscribe, and I'll be sure. Let's make it fantastic.
Frankie Baby Fantastic.
We got to own shit so we can make the rules. We'll never, ever make the rules if we don't own nothing. I got to own. I don't know. I can't speak in any other language.
But here's the thing.
I only talk boss.